Hello, we are to correct the following exercises for application. We left last time under percentages. Question 1 goes, what percentage is I? We have 35 out of 60. Take solution. Question 1, I. 35 out of 60. First, we are going to express it in the fractional form. This will give us 35 all over 60. Next, we are going to multiply the fraction 35 over 60 by 100% over 1. Carrying out the necessary simplifications, 10 will go into 60 6 times, 10 will go into 100 10 times. 2 will go into 10 5 times, 2 will go into 6 3 times. We'll be left with 35 times 5 all over 3. Since there is no common factor between 35 and 3 or 5 and 3, this will simply be equal to, we take 35 times 5, it gives us 175. 175 divided by 3 gives us 58.333. We are going to leave it to two decimal places. This will be 58.33%. We underline the answer. Therefore, 35 out of 60 as a percentage is 58.33%. We go to 2. We have 25 out of 80. As a fraction, we have 25 over 80. We multiply by 100% over 1. We carry out the necessary simplifications. 10 will go into 100 10 times. 10 will go into 80 8 times. Next, 2 will go into 10 5 times. 2 will go into 8 4 times. Look at the numerator and the denominator. The highest common factor is 1. This will simply be equal to, we are going to proceed the multiplication. 5 times 25 at the numerator gives us 125. We divide 125 by 4, it gives us 31.25%. That's a percentage sign. We go to 3. 3 says 3.5 out of 60. 3.5. First thing, we are going to start by converting the fraction 3.5 as an improper fraction. 2 times 3 gives us 6 plus 1, 7 on 2. Therefore, we have 7 over 2 out of 60. 7 over 2 over 60 is simply equal to 7 over 2 as such times, we know 60 here is the same as 60 over 1. We are dividing two fractions, so we are going to invert the second fraction times 1 all over 60. This will simply be equal to 7 times 1 gives 7 all over 60 times 2 gives us 120. Therefore, expressing 3.5 out of 60, it will simply be the same as multiplying the fraction 7 over 120 times 100% over 1. This will simply be equal to 10 will go into 120 12 times. 10 will go into 100 10 times. This will simply be equal to 70 divided by 12, which gives us 5.83. Then we attach the percentage sign, 5.83%. Therefore, 3.5 out of 60 as a percentage is 5.83%. We go now to question 2, which says find the following. 55% of $74,000. 2i. 55%. First, we are going to start by expressing 55% as a fraction. This will simply be 55 out of 100 times the amount, which is $74,000 over 1. Next, if we perform the necessary simplifications, 100 will go into $74,000, 740, 100 divided by 100 gives 1. We'll simply be left with 55 times 740, which gives us 40,700. This is 55% of $74,000. 2i says 80% of 1 hour. First, we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 80% of 1 hour simply be 80 all over 100 times 60 minutes all over 1, which will simply be equal to 10 will go into 80 8 times, 10 will go into 100 10 times, 10 will go into 60 6 times, 10 will go into 10 1 time. We'll simply be left with 8 times 6, which is simply equal to 48 minutes. Therefore, 80% of 1 hour is 48 minutes. We go to 3. 3 is asking us 75% of 16 meters. First, we express 75% as a fraction, 75 all over 100 times 16 meters all over 1. 25 will go into 75 3 times. 25 will go into 100 4 times. 4 will go into 16 4 times. 4 will go into 4 1 time. This will simply be equal to 3 times 4, which is 12. Then we attach meters. Therefore, 75% of 16 meters is equal to 12 meters. We go to question 3. For question 3, the question goes, Mavis' salary is 50,000 francs CFA a month. She receives a salary increase of 12%. How much is her new salary? First, we have initial salary, which is equal to 50,000 francs CFA a month. she receives a salary increase of 12%. That means 12% of her initial salary. Salary increase will simply be we are going to take 12% of 50,000, which is simply equal to 12 all over 100 times 50,000 francs CFA all over 1. This will simply be equal to, if you simplify, 100 will go into 50,000 500 times. We'll be left with 12 times 500. 12 times 500 gives us 6,000. Then we attach the francs CFA. So this is the salary increase she receives. Her new salary, her new money salary will simply be will be equal to, we are going to take her initial salary, which is 50,000 francs CFA plus the salary increase, which is 6,000 francs CFA. And this will simply be equal to 56,000 francs CFA. This will be her new monthly salary. We go to question 4. Question 4, it says, in a battlefield, 16% of 1,200 soldiers who went for the battle were killed, and 35% were wounded. What percentage of soldiers were unharmed? First, let's present the given information in the question. Question 4, we have 16% of 1,200 soldiers who went for the battlefield were killed, and 35% were wounded. 16% of 1,200 soldiers were killed. Next, 35% of the soldiers were wounded. They had wounds. Now, question A is asking us what percentage of soldiers were unharmed. For us to get the percentage of soldiers who were unharmed, take this down, percentage of soldiers unharmed. That means they had no injury, they were neither killed nor wounded. It will simply be equal to, we are going to take 100% minus the percentage of soldiers who were killed and the percentage of soldiers who were wounded, minus the percentage of soldiers killed. We have 16% plus the percentage of soldiers who were killed, the percentage of soldiers who were wounded, 35%. This will simply be equal to 100% minus 16 plus 35 gives us 51. Then we attach the percentage sign. This will be equal to 100% minus 51%, which is simply equal to 49%. This is the percentage of soldiers who were unharmed. We go now to question B. B says how many soldiers were unharmed? For us to get the number of soldiers who were unharmed, we are simply going to multiply the fraction of the soldiers who were unharmed by the total number of soldiers who went for the battle, 1,200. Number of soldiers is simply equal to, we have 49%, the percentage of soldiers unharmed, expressing as a fraction gives us 49 all over 100 times the total number of soldiers who went for the battle, 1,200 soldiers all over 1. 100 will go into 1,200 12 times. 100 will go into 100 one time. This will simply be equal to 49 times 12, which gives us 588 soldiers. So the number of soldiers who were unharmed. We go now to question C. C is asking us how many soldiers were killed. Number of soldiers killed. Will simply be equal to 16% of 1,200 soldiers were killed. We are going to express 16% as a fraction. This will give us 16 all over 100 times 1,200 soldiers all over 1. Next we have to simplify. 100 will go into 1,200 12 times. 100 divided by 100 will give us 1. We'll be left with 16 times 12, which gives us 192 soldiers. 192 soldiers were killed at the battle. Question D is asking us how many soldiers were wounded. You know the percentage of soldiers wounded, we have 35%. D, number of soldiers wounded simply equal to, we are going to express 35% as a percentage. We are going to express 35% as a fraction. This will give us 35 all over 100 times the total number of soldiers, 1,200 soldiers all over 1. Next we have to simplify. 100 will go into 1,200 12 times. 100 divided by 100 gives us 1. We'll be left with 35 times 12, which gives us 420 soldiers. Therefore, 420 soldiers were wounded. Now, for us to verify if our solution is correct, if we add the number of soldiers who were killed plus the number of soldiers who were unkilled plus the number of soldiers who were wounded, it should give us the total number of soldiers. The number of soldiers who were wounded, we have 420. This we take 192 who were killed plus 588 who were unharmed plus 420 who were wounded. This will simply be equal to 1,200 soldiers. The total number of soldiers who went for the battle. It simply proves that our answers are correct. We are done with the correction of the exercises for application and percentages. If in case you have any worries, you will leave your questions at the comment section. In our next video, we are going to treat the proportions. That will be the next thing which will be upcoming. Please like the video, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching.